Hello everyone, let's wait for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, please like the video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If anyone is watching me live, please put a comment in the live chat. Put something, hi, hello, anything. Voice is clear, I guess. Please, anyone can confirm in the chat. Okay, let's start the live. So, in previous session, we are talking chapter 15, this statement and Kernighan operator. So, we discussed Kernighan operator. This is the shortcut form, this is like a shortcut form for the if condition. So, the syntax is here we will write a conditional expression which throws true or false. So, if it is true, it will get expression, if false, it will take the expression. And this will be paid to the variable. So let us start with the switch statements. So let us start with what is so let us start asking what is switch. So, so switch statement in C is a control flow structure. So same like itself. So that executes one specific block of code from multiple cycles based on the value of single expression. This is a cleaner, faster, more readable alternative to the long chain of equal statements. You need to compare variable against multiple constant values. Okay. So let us take uh, this definition and write in my notebook. So it's a control flow system that executes one specific block of code from multiple types based on the value of a single expression. So better to understand this one, we'll take an example and we'll try to understand the definition. So switch statement example. So let me take this and put it in our comparable. So they took the choice here, enter your choice. So can of 4%. Okay, I think in live one I'm doing a mistake. Thought we can write this thing like enter choice in scan. So I think we do want to show like enter your choice. So if you want to do like that, what I'll call what you want to do the input. We'll write like this enter your choice, enter your gaze, like that will do right. So before my live session, I am writing here. So taking this one, writing here, and thinking myself why it is not coming. So now I need to so kind of only take the values. So if you want like this little drama, I have to write it in print out. So percentage, so they give a choice. So this is the variable. So based on the value of single expression. So so these are the multiple choices, case 1, case 2, case 3, and one specific block. So it will only one specific block based on the single expression. So this is the expression. So price, like if I give one, so it will execute this one. Is selected T. If it is two, it is selected. So like that. If I don't give anything, like if I give like sorry, I mean if you give outside of this option 1, 2, 3, and it will print the default. So default is like a one. Case number is there nothing different in this. Each choice is equal to one, and print up is selected T. So like that. So that is what the switch. So it's nothing basically but for example, if I give here choice, if I have 50 choices, so to write 50 if else statements makes somewhat look uglier, and you can hear it more readable alternative, and it's also cleaner and faster when compared to the long chain of if else. So if statements when you need to compare a variable against multiple constant values, so then only it is useful when you want to compare multiple values. That is how still like so this is the syntax. Copy this one. So it is nothing but so which will start with which keyword, and then we'll write our expression, our variable. So case value one, statement, and break is important here. I'll tell you why we have to write break here. Now what is a break also I will tell you. So if the expression does not follow any value, then it will be default statement. It will go with the default. So let us learn what will happen if we don't have default. Yeah, it doesn't print anything. Uh, Let us challenge this word. Let's ask is this always true? So here they mentioned a variable, right? Can we go with multiple variables like it? Let's ask true or not. So, so let us ask like this. So this is equal to one. This is equal to one. Uh, Print is 11. This is equal to 2. This is equal to 2. Print 22. This is equal to 3. This is equal to 4. Print 34. Any other value outside? Any other value outside this? Print not value. compare with this which versus which else. So they say they put a logical and operator to do. So can we do directly with the switch? Not directly. So switch here. You can put two variables here, right? So only one expression. So, no, but I think there is this one with before there. I think let me change this. Uh, I think I gave it as a pattern. So, so let me change. Putting pin to 22 and all. Print your opal. Print your here. Print your mail like that. Let's say now there is no pattern here, right? So let's see what it will. Oh, it's sorry. 54 today view. Yeah, I think this is a very so even two variables, so they made it into addition. I mean, in a expression, arithmetic expression, and it's calculating. This is very cool. To be honest, I just want to make sure switch phase or it becomes nested switches. Mm, I'm checking on it. Let me ask it on it. And, I want a case where it else works and which uh, fails in the what do you call this single expression. So in working, yeah. Uh, so let's read this. So what ChatGPT is trying to give example. This is a example. So 10 both are positive, 9 10 or 2, 9 both are negative. Very good. Uh, okay, first they are putting like this. Okay, so by doing this directly, so greater than 0, b greater than 0. But if a less than 0, will have an case fails. So it will give, but this only gives you the result for the partial numbers which greater than 0. It doesn't restrict all the combinations can be. You will need to create an artificial combined value or use message feature. It becomes very complicated. So if it is written 0, so for example, a is less than 0, b greater than 0, so case 0 will be 0. So this will be fail even because of a greater than 0 and b less than 0 also. So b less than case 0. So both the bo- both cases are falling into case 0 case. So this may cause the issue in the switch, but let's ask for the nested switch solution code for the above one. Let's see what is it is trying to do. Yeah, so an a greater than 0 is 1. So it will give a greater than 0 throws true. So it will fall in the 1 or else it fall in the 0. So it's b greater than 0. So case 1. So, uh, so both are positive or 1 is negative. So by now you can understand that even switch is not that much useful when 2 or 3 more variables are needed to satisfy one condition. So switch is also going to the nested switch. So what we will do, but writing if else condition is best. So switch only can be like you want to compare a variable against multiple constant values. You can so it is not always true because A and B we can see here above mm, they gave. But if there is a pattern, you can make it on expression and you can do it. But if there is no pattern, can't put multiple variables into one pattern so that it can solve in one switch. Then you have to switch for the. I mean, you want to go for the if else condition. So I think the that's uh, so that's what switch. So I think the it's better when one variable is there, but you have hundreds of cases are there. Then instead of going with if else, it's better to go with the switch. So now let us discuss the why break. What is break? So what is break? Break statement. So let's take some formal division from internet. So what is break statement? See, the control statement. Okay, it's also a control statement that instantly terminates the execution of a loop or a switch block. Okay, so I think it will be better if I say in the loops, but anyway, uh, let me tell you. So let me take that example. So break is like uh, you're breaking the word itself, which tells you can stop here. So I'm not executing after this line until this control statement is completed. That is what is break. So I think this concept will be better used in loops. But as it came switch here, let me just want to say, if I run here, if I hit one, You can see here we selected T and we selected coffee also. So in which if we don't write break, it will continuously going for every other case. So if I hit one, you will see you selected tea, you selected coffee, you selected juice, so invalid juice. So if I select from case 2, it will start here. Let me rerun it out. If I select 2, it will not print from case 1, but it will print from case 2, 3. You can see here it is started from coffee, juice, and then invalid choice. So that is how they designed the switch statement. Let's for our curiosity, let's ask ChatGPT why the switch statement. um, how can we do why the switch statement should have break. The can create uh, designer can create when a case is satisfied by execute it and leave other cases. So put it in simple. To put it in simple, by outside by external statements, external statements like break. I can't inbuilt. I can't it be I can't it be inbuilt. Let us see. So why did C designers make break something? We have to write why doesn't it automatically stop after matching this? This is my question. So let us see. The main reason is C10 shadows follow through. First, see what break does. Syndrome break. If you don't have a break, 2 3 years fall through. Okay, this behavior is called fall through. Because sometimes you want to multiple cases to execute the same code. Okay, it's day. Okay, so this is a very good example. Uh, so if 1 to 5, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday comes, it should print weekday. So yeah, so the designer who designed it wants to like to be falling between like there may be some like they gave us free hand like sometimes when on some other case like from the matched case to at last everything should be print like that they give the convenience to our programmer. This is a very good this is simple example good example actually. Mm. So that's all I can do. Let me take. I will come in 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. So I'm back. Uh, so let's write. So in switch statement without break, this will be executing. Other successor cases. So this is called fault. So that should be give right. This is called fall through, fall through. Yes. This behavior is called fall through. This behavior is called fall through. Let's make it bold. Yeah. Mm, statement. What is statement? What is break? Break statement. Okay, let's start another one, another chapter, heading to chapter 16, introduction to loops. So this is another which makes a change in control flow. Unlike if and if statements, which diverts to a particular set of instruction, but this will be continuously repeating that same set of instruction. So let's go to that this here. So the in change of control flow, we can see two are there. Branching allows different sets of instructions to be executed depending on the outcome of a logic test. So this allows this allows set of looping. This allows a set of instructions to be executed repeated. So again and again until it satisfies the logic. So the logic condition is satisfied. You have to repeatedly execute the same set of instructions. So we are in the loops. Uh, so let me read my. So let me read my handwritten module. So once it is completed, my understanding, I will explain it here. Yeah, let's let's start with the loops. Let's first understand the essentials of repetition. Repetition. So like repetition. Repetition. So it is like what you need to repeat this uh, again and again. So first we need instructions, obviously. Loop. So group of instructions. Computer executes repeatedly where some condition remains true. So until some condition remains true, the condition this group of functions will execute to repeat. So this is the logic inside that inside that loop. So uh, please, if anyone is seeing this live, can you comment anything? Just say hi or So the second one is the counter controlled repetition. So this is like how many times repeating that loop. So this is a definite repetition. Now how many times loop will execute. So a control is like definite, right? We need some fixed steps. So counter control repetition requires name of the control variables. So this will why it's called the control variable or loop counter you can say. So this variable will control how many times it has to execute that loop. If you say I is equal to 5, so it will execute 5 times that loop. I think if we see example, we will get more clarity on this. So condition that tests for the final value or final value of the control variable. So it is like whether looping should continue or not. Increment or you can say decrement depending upon your the way you write this loops so by which the control variable is modified each time through loop. So it is like you want to run 5 times instruction. I want to print hello for 5 times. So we'll write I is equal to 5, and we will that is the control variable. Let's say the control variable I is equal to 5, and then you will write the condition that is the final value. So if you count to 0, you will take uh, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and at 5, it should, if it hits the 5, it should stop. The, the loop should be stopped. So the condition will be I less than 5, stop the looping. So at the I is equal to 0 we will take, and I less than 5, we write a pseudocode. Or else let me explain this with a perfect example. After we go through do while statements and for statement, please remember these three. You want a control variable and a condition to both to end the loop after it executed the number of times which we required, and then increment. So increment is like after one execution something should happen right to the control variable. So that's how we can say one time it is finished. So increment. So these three are needed for the counter control repetition. So the sort type is so the sort type is sentinel controlled repetition. So if the counter control is definite repetition, then it will be this will be indefinite repetition. It doesn't mean that it will run forever. It is just we don't know how many repetitions, how many times it will the loop will be executed. Used when number of repetitions not unknown. So this will have so sentinel value indicates end of the data. So it can say like until I hit a number, I don't want to stop the execution of the loop. So when you will hit the number, it can be number of times. It can be you can't guess right. After 5 6 steps, I will enter a number and close this loop. So so let's say if I want to stop when I hit 5, so if you give it to your friend to run until you hit the number, it will not stop. So he tries to figure out what to hit. So he'll try all the numbers. So until he hit the 5, the loop doesn't stop. So sentinel value is the limit which indicates end of data. So it which tells this value tells to end the loop. So here we counter we have three, like one counter control variable, condition, and then increment. But in sentinel control, the only value will be there, which will be and hit only that repetition should stop. Until then, the loop will be continuing. So now let's look into. I think I will give a clarity on when while for loop and while loops are over. So at the time, this will be very you can clearly understand this concept. So so let's go for the next chapter. Uh, chapter 17. Um, implementation of loops. So let's start learning with while loop. While loop. While loop. What is while loop? We'll take some formulation from the internet. What is while loop in C? So it's a entry controlled loop statement that repeatedly executes the target block of code as long as specified condition remains true. So let's use this definition and let's take the code from here. So let's learn general syntax first. So the keyword will be while and we'll write here a condition expression. Then is the block of code which will be repeated until the condition is will be repeating this block of code until the condition is passed. Until sorry. So it will repeat this block of code until the condition is true. If it is false, so then it will stop. So let's now take the example. So this is a int I took on variable. So I is less than equal to I. So this is the condition I give. So first time it is 1. So it will be going into the loop, print the hello, and now I am incrementing it. And now the I value is 2. It is again less than 5, less than equal to 5. So it will do. So it will do 5 times, and when I becomes 6, it will stop executing this. So now this ran only for 5 times, and we know it's going to run 5 times. It has definite repetition. So this is an example for the counter control repetition. So if you compare, this is the counter variable I, and now we took the condition, the second statement, and now we are incrementing. Okay, so this is an example for the counter control repetition. Okay, so let us see what yeah. So this one another example. So this is for the sentinel exports example 2. So I took int 10 but didn't give any value. So let's read once again here what is sentinel. As we keep repeating until a special value called sentinel value is entered or encountered. So what is here the special value? It should not be equal to -1. If I hit the -1, this loop will be stopped. So we don't know how many repetitions it will be. I can stop it at the first step, or I can stop it at the 1000 step, but it will not stop after a fixed amount of repetition, right? So this is called sentinel, the sentinel, sorry, sentinel control repetition. So enter number. So we gave here -1 to stop. So we will enter the number. If we enter the 1000, it will execute it. So it will, let's say if I take 1000 here, so it is not equal to -1, so it will be going. Again, it will say please enter another, and uh, uh, what is it? Please you enter 1000, it will come. So after that, again after the hitting this, after printing this one, it will again enter a number -1 to start. So this will be keep on run. Let's take this and run it in compiler for better understanding. So let's hit 1000. Then it will enter, you entered 1000, and then it will again ask us to enter another number 1000. So 234 again it will go. So if I hit -1, it will stop. So this is a perfect example of the sentinel controlled repetition. So I hope you understand what is the counter controlled repetition and the internal controlled repetition from this example. So let's move into and I also think you got what is a while loop. So this is how we write the while loop. So this condition block of code. So now let's go. Let's learn for loop. So there is another implementation of loop which is called for statement. Sorry, in for statement, the better use of word. This is a while loop, or you can say while statement. While statement, for statement. Let me read my notes. Once I read it, we'll come back. So Okay, let us start with for loop. Let's start with asking a question. What is for loop? First statement. Let's take a formal division from internet. Let's compare with while. Same, it's also entry control. That is also entry control. Executes a target block output as long as specific. I would efficiently write a loop that needs to execute a specific number of times. Yes. Uh, let's take this example. So, person syntax will be for expression 1 comma expression 2. I mean, there will be semicolon, not a normal comma. That to be noted. Expression 3. So, let us see, and then open the curly braces. So, block of code, and then close the brackets. So, so let's understand what this expression 1 will be. So, this will be generally initialization. Let's understand this with an example also, and this will be a condition. And then this the expression 3 will be iteration. For loops. So initialization. Uh, yeah, bringing my computer is finding. Okay, now it is okay. So initialization condition update. So I is equal to 1. So initialization. So if we take this counter controlled repetition, we will have some what we call the one counter value or loop counter. So that is the initialization. So we are giving it as I is equal to 1, and then condition to stop the loop. So if I is less than or equal, we can call it as termination also. And this is the ChatGPT update that we can use iteration code also. So one time it's completed, we have to update, right? So I plus plus. So first expression one, only one time it will be okay, when the first time the loop wants to get executed, and it starts to execute. So it will take the is equal to 1. Then it will check the expression 2. Okay, so after completing this block of statements, then it will go for the expression 3 and update it, and then it will check for the expression 2 condition failed, so it will not again come to the expression 1. It has even it goes, it has nothing meaning, it will be infinite loop. So it will go to the expression 2, and then you can block of statement and then expression. So So we try to draw this drawing and try to draw in a flowchart. But I think in my initial lives, I said flowchart is not that much required only for the whoever really beginners. I still I am that word only. So if you are a beginner, I think it helps to create some visually how it will work. So let us see. It is doing some gray colors. Okay, no problem. Okay. So let us take one to one other shape. Expression 2 will be conditioned, right? So it will be diamond. And put it here. Here. Okay. So again a statement. Paste. Again paste. Let's go down. So let's now write it here. Where is text? Write it here. First we'll come with expression 1. Expression 1. Then again, let me use that arrow. Arrow. Then here, sorry for this, not here, not drawing straight arrows. Okay, so it fails. We'll go here. Sorry, if it is. Wait, let me read it here. This is what expression 2 it will be. So it should take the expression 2. Uh, Right here another box. If false, it will go to the loop will be ended and it will go to the next after for loop what is there statement, so that it will be execute, and here it will be statements inside the loop. So the first for loop, or you can say first statements. So you code inside the first statement. I think this is better. This will be expression 3. So first we will initialize right here. I is equal to 0. We will initialize, right? So after that we'll check I is less than or equal to 5. I is less than 5. Yeah. And if it is false, so let us come and so it will execute code inside it. And then you have to make update, right? Iteration to continue I plus plus. That will come 1. Uh, Sorry, arrow is not here. Let me be hit the arrow. Then yeah, So yeah, so this will execute the code inside the first statement, and then it will execute the like update the a plus plus, and it will go to the expression 2 here. So if the condition is correct, uh, true, then it will again execute inside that first statement, the code, and until it becomes false. False, it can go to the other side of the continue the code. True. Okay, let's see when it goes. Maybe small. Yeah. So that's how first statement works. So when the concept here is when expression 1 will execute and when expression 2 will execute and when expression 3 will execute. So that's all. Now let's see if anything I'm missing here. Uh, Actually, there is no need to write here only with one variable. Okay. So let me show you here. Uh, Let me and use a comma operator. J is equal to 1 I can put. Then I can add here else 5 I can put. I will say here J is greater than 0. Then J as let's uh, add I plus J. Will be interesting. Percentage D, percentage D, percentage D, comma I comma J comma I comma J comma I plus J. So here we can let's put here equal to, let's put here plus. This will be fun. So I think didn't put escape character here. So I can see, yeah, I1 J5 6, then 2 plus 4 6. So I can write multiple here. So let us take this example. Put it in our notes. So that is a comma operator. Let's ask ChatGPT what is the comma operator in C? Here I will use left to right, and where the value of the entire comma expression is the value of the rightmost expression. Then it is, so 30 it will come. Okay. Expression 1 comma 2. So remember that one is a comma operator. Yeah, here we are see. Even at the initialization time int x comma y you will write, right? So that's how this comma operator is used. Is used. That is enough, I guess. So let's yeah. So the third one is there. Uh, do while statement. Let's complete. So these are the while condition. You can say it will also execute block of code again, but at least one time it will execute. So let's take some official formal definition from internet. A do while loop is an exit control or post state loop that guarantees the block of code will execute at least once before evaluating the test condition. So this is at least one time it will be executed, like do while state, unlike while or for loop. So let us general syntax will be while, sorry, I mean do block of code, and here we'll write while. So here we wrote while for the while loop, right? For while statement. So this is somewhat different. So first you have to run at least one time, right? Before evaluating. So that's how it will be. So for example, if I say do printf percentage d comma uh, I while I plus plus and while I is equal to 1. So let's give int I is equal to int I is equal to 1. So first it will not check anything. So directly going to do and print the value and do the I plus plus. So now it will become true, and then it will check the while loop condition satisfying or if it is not satisfying. So it will print only one. So output will be 1. So now let's see infinite. So it is nothing but if no termination condition, then while or for executes in a loop forever. So for while loop, for while statement. If you put 1 here, so as I said, it is not 0. So 1 is not a non-zero, so it will always be true. So statements will be there and it will be printing for hour. Let's take this. I don't think it will run for hour. These online compilers will have some. I am a fashion. Let's see. See, it is printing again. So if you want to stop an online compiler, you can stop it. If you don't want, just hit Control C. I think you can enter Control D also. Control D. No, it is not working. Control D is better option. So uh, let us see what is the difference between while and for loop. Alright, is the difference between while loop and for loop. So it will be writing. So let us see for loop. For loop is nothing. Uh, for statement, it will be like this. For just don't give anything. Just give two semicolons. Write your statements. Yeah, it will run. It will run for hour until it take Control C. So let us see what the difference between for loop and while loop. How the loop is structured and when each is convenient. So basically the logic like the purpose is same. Both will do only one task, but the convenience of the user and how the loop is structured. So it will be like this for just syntax change is there, and then structural difference. That's what again it is structural difference only. So for when you have the clear counting structure, but for the while is not known beforehand and we want to continue based on some condition. Okay, so this is a sentinel controlled counter. But be careful, don't memorize no number unknown. It's not a system. You can write the same loop using either. I think you can write this one in for loop also. Let's write this example. Try to write in for loop. Why can't think I take for I'll not give anything here, but I will give a condition not equal to -1, and I will not give anything here. So there is no initialization. Uh, there is only conditions to start, but there is no increment to it. So let's take that scanf. So let's write let me into 34, 34, 45. Yeah, you can write, but the problem, but the way of looking, so it is not looking. It is like a eyes are crying between some values. Meme culture, like it is there. To simply put it, it is very ugly. So while it is very simple, so there is not a fixed rule. It only can be if while can if while can do it on a unknown number of repetition, doesn't mean that for also can write. It can also write, but just the way it looks. That's all we can say. Yeah, this can be a good example. So whenever you're using for loop, you will initialize, right? So if you want to initialize outside, it will be good. So let me show you what ChatGPT is trying to say here. Still running. Let's execute -1 and let's end it. So let's understand what that means. So if arrow and int a, right? Arrow print of I. Uh, will ask what is it. Yeah, you see here, right? I is undeclared. But if I write here the I, then it will give output. You see, right? With giving output after 5. So this is not that much big, but generally programmers will write here I because they want to work out that I up to here only because I do waste variable only for this one because if you write big programs, you'll be rewriting this for loop and generally you can write anything here, but programmers, coders will start with int a as a habit, as a habit. So so here they will write again. They will write here. So if I again this one I took and put it here, it will not print up to again. It will not print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I give 5, you see right. I think there is nothing to do with scanner and then. So what is happening here? Okay. Mm, yeah, it is giving. Uh, okay, we initialized here, right? So that's why doing again. Uh, so let us see if this outside eye and inside eye are both are same or not. Test it. Yes, both are different. Here, right? This eye is different from this side. So I think this will be a good example. I guess. Take it and put it in our notebook. Or let this we mark it as I1. This will be I2. Note both example I1 and I2 are both different different variables. I1 last gives 7 and I2 gives 5. So this is a good walkthrough. This is a good example. Scope, yes. We call as scope. Uh, so let me ask here. What is variable scope here? Parallel as a block scope, you can think of creating a boundary. Okay. I can say I is a local variable. I don't know. Yes, you can call is a block scope. It has block scope. Now let us ask if this both statements. Yes, both are and but these boundaries are like up to the main function, and these boundaries are between the block. Both are local variables. This is also good to know. Outer the scope. Both are local variables, but scope means between the curly braces. I1 and I2 both are both are uh, local variables only, but I1 is outer scope and I2 is in block scope or, or loop scope, you can say. So main block, you can say. So guys, what we'll do stop today. Think we can continue this. We can continue the live. So yeah, I think let's once again revisit the break and continue statements. So this will be very important for the loops. We already learn what is the break statement in switch. It is a control statement used to instantly terminate the execution of the loop or a switch block. Let's add the statement again. Instantly terminate. And then let's ask what is continuous statement. See, this is also control flow or jump statement that skips the remaining code inside the current loop iteration in the middle of the program and execution to the next iteration of the loop. So, what is the continue statement? So it is a control flow or jump statement that skips the remaining code inside the current loop iteration. So immediately moves the program execution to the next iteration. So to differentiate it, let's again code some so let's write int I is equal to 0 comma I less than 5 I plus plus. Okay, so let's say I have here one thing. Okay, if I is equal to 3, I don't want I is equal to 3. So and I have to add value from. Okay, let me put the problem statement again. Add first 5 natural numbers, but don't add the number 3. So don't add the value of 3, but you have to value 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5. So what it will be, what we will get 3 plus 4, 7 plus 5, 12. The answer should get 12. So you have to skip 3. How will you skip 3? So you can't just put here in the condition I is not equal to 3, right? So it will not, it will print up to 1 and 2 only. Let's take some value, and the sum is equal to sum plus I. So now if I print out percentage comma sum, okay, yeah, 15. So let's see. So here we have definition like break statement or continue. So you want to skip only 3, but not. Uh, so break statement means 1 and 2, and it will skip 3, 4, 5. So but continue it will be 1, 2, and it will skip 3 only, and it will continue 4 and 5. So we have to use continue here. So you will write a small if condition here. So we will write if I is equal to 3, please continue. Don't so it will skip all this code and it will come to the starting position. So you can say we have solved. And if I write break here, you will get the sum as 3, because after break, once we hit that condition break, it will terminate the loop. So in continue, this will not terminate the loop. You just skip this next line of execution of line. So this is what continue statement and break statement looks. Okay, so so that's all about the loops, implementation of loops. Please, if anyone seeing the live, please like the video, comment something in the live chat, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. So let me go. What is the next chapter in my handwritten notebook? Let's take a 5 minute break. We will continue. Hello everyone. Let's start. Let's sorry sorry for the delay. So let's continue the stream. So let's go into the chapter number 18. So this will be one of the important chapters in C. We'll start with arrays. We're going to start arrays. So chapter 18, introduction to arrays. So let me read my notebook. Let me read my handwritten notebook and then we'll discuss it. Okay, let's see arrays and today we'll try to close up. Let's finish arrays and close the stream. So if anyone seeing the stream, please comment in the live chat. This will push me. At least some people are seeing. So let's start with what is an array? The famous question. Let's take formal definition from internet. Linear data structure that stores a collection of elements of the same type, data type in a contiguous memory location. So I think not to include linear data structures because still we didn't touch the data structure, right? So it will be again difficult to explain what is the data structure. So the time of data structure again we will discuss what is an array in terms of data structure. So that's it. My definition: array is a collection elements of the same data type. So you will be collecting or one or maybe two or three or four or n items, n values which are of same data type. So it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only integers. You can't put 1, comma c, comma d, comma 3, comma 4. So different data types are not there in arrays in C. So that type of feature is not there. If you want, you can do with the structure. But we will discuss when structure is going on. So for now, we will concentrate on array, and it will store the same data type. So stored in contiguous memory location. So when the program is running, there when compiler reads the array, so it will send when OS will decode it. So it will give continuous memory location. So let's say if array is started at some 5000 memory location address. So if it is a data type is integer of that array. So let's say the data type of integer size will be taking 4 bytes. So after 5004, the second item will be stored. So like that in a continuous memory locations. Not I will store one thing at 5000 and I will store something other at 8000 address location. So that is not how array works, but the linked list will work. So again, when linked lists which will come in data structure, not in C, maybe I think I will just show when pointers are going. I think I will use it as an example. But when we started data structure, then we'll tell more about linked lists and we'll be practicing so many questions also on linked lists. So for now, we'll be with the array. So you have to keep in 2 points, 2 important points of array. So it's a collection of elements of same data type and it is stored in contiguous memory location. So for now, we will concentrate on concentrate on 1D array. So one dimensional array. So it simple. It is nothing but let's first write the syntax for 1D array. Okay, and you get to understand what is 2D array and 3D array and ND array. So the general syntax is in array name. Sorry, I mean data type. Data type array name open square bracket, write size of the array here, size of the array, and close the square bracket, and this is how we write 1D array. So what does it mean of 1D? So as I said, array is a collection of elements, so it will store like this for visual representation only. So if I say int array, var array of size 5, okay, so this will be 0th index. So in array it will start the first index, like the first element will be given at 0. So if you want to access an array element, the first array element, you should write array 0 to access it. So we'll start the indexing numbering at 0. So and this will be the first index, and this will be the second index, and this will be the third index, and this will be the fourth index. So this will be so the size of 5 will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how we count. I mean not count, how we start the indexing the array elements. So let's take some example. So 10, 34, 45, 23, 50. When I say let's write when we say starting element in array, we will access by writing array 0. So like that, and we say kth element in array we will access by writing array k minus 1. Okay, so this is what array. So this is how one dimension looks. So 10, 34, 45, 23, 50. So like the rows, if we say horizontally rows and vertically as columns, so it is only one row, and it will be going using this one row, it will be going, the columns are increasing. So this is called 1D dimension. So one dimensional array. So two dimensional array means nothing but if I say 2 comma 5 here, then it will be 2 rows and 5 columns. If I say 3 comma 3 and square bracket 5, then it will be 3 rows and 5 columns. So that is what 2 dimension. You can say like 1 dimension is like a line, and 2 dimension is like squares, triangle. where we have length and breadth. So then the third dimension will be like a sphere, cuboid, cube. So it will be like a length, breadth, and height. So that's how we can define in a simple analogy. So that's how array will be. So now the address part. Let's say int takes two 2 bytes of memory. So let me take RGML for visualization purpose. Make it this this be address. Okay, address, and this will be values in it. So let's take the above same example. So if uh, if the starting address uh, for array is given 2000, okay, so 2000 it will be 10, okay. So we are taking int as 2 values, right? So after 2000 means to 2003, so it will be occupying the address from 2000 to 2002, and this will be occupying the address from 2002 to 2004, and this will be occupying from 2004 to 2006, 2006 to 2008. So 10, 34, 45, 23. 23, let me add another row below. This will be 2008 to 2010. So which will be 50. Yes, correct. So as I said, these are in contiguous memory, and these were this example for the only for 1 day. So, so if you want address of an array with index k, then the formula will be starting address plus k into d. I will put. Let's asset k is we said k is index. So when I say index means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. When I say kth element, then you should start counting from 1, 2, 3, 4 up to k. But if you say kth index, then you should start counting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and k. Okay. So kth index means k plus 1 nth element. So k is index of the array, and d is size of the data type. The data type. So n is the size of the array. So here condition is k is less than n, where n is the size of the array. Okay. just a small condition. So k value from 0 to n minus 1. So k lies between 0 to n minus 1. So if I want fourth element, which means the k is equal to 3. So the address starts from 2000, so 2000 plus 3 into size of the integer we took is 2. So 3 into 2 is plus 2000. So 2006. Yes, this is correct. So this is how we calculate the address of an array for one dimension. Put it here only for one dimension, 1D array. Okay, let's see some important points. Uh, so some points on array you can say. You can see while accessing array elements, so array bounds not are not checked, would not necessarily cause error. Memory corrupt may happen. Let's see what does the statement mean. So array bounds are nothing but the size of the array. So, it's outside of array file. Okay. Okay. So, but he does not guarantee that. Okay. He is not a guarantee that. So what is the meaning of this sentence? Is the array bounds are not checked. Like let's say the size is 5, but I access, but I initialize the 10th array 10 is equal to 50. It may not give error, okay, but it may corrupt the data. So that's what they're telling. So corruption may happen. So that is what this point means. Initialization of arrays. Initialization. Okay. So syntax will be data type, array name, size of the array, size of array equal to list of values. So for example int array is equal to int array of 5, okay, is equal to 10, 34, 34, 45, 23, 45, 23, 50. So this initialize the array, so it will get so the next point is put it in points. Yeah, it's the our points. So the third point is in some cases the initialization of the values are less than size of the array. The remaining elements are automatically set to 0 or sometimes garbage value. So it is 0 for int, okay, for int data type array, okay. For in case of character, it will be null. For data type array is in a character, okay. So garbage value depends upon compiler what it's to do. So the next point is so let me give an example here. For example, int array is 5. Check if array is a keyword. Yeah, array is not a keyword. In C, array is not a keyword. This is a concept we are using. Okay. If I put here 10 comma 20, so now what will happen is array 0 0 will be 20, and then array Let me go to 3 only. Array 1 or 5, there is 0, and array 1 will be 20. Okay, so then array 2 will be 0 or some garbage value, like something will be. Okay, so let's go to this 4 point. Size can be omitted. So what does it mean? Okay, for example, uh, for example, uh, yeah, so int array, I can put like this. Don't give the size of the array and write like this: 1 comma 1 comma 0 1 comma 1. So automatically the size will be taken care of by the compiler. So the size will be 4. So so compiler automatically allocates enough space for all initialization or initialized elements. Okay, so but you but you can't write int array. You can't write like this and simply leave this. This gives error because this works. Size can be omitted only when values are given. We write it in when and you initialize the array. Okay, so initialize the array. We align it properly. It is not moving. Okay. I think because of space here, I guess. Yeah, space. Initialize the element. Okay, let me pull it down, make it work. So this gives a simpler right declaration form. We should do initialization. So fifth point, let's discuss disadvantages. Disadvantages of array. So memory waste. So when you don't know the memory, you have to give more than the expected. Suppose if your memory, like if you want 20 to 30 elements, you only to be used on 1 day, but you don't know exact number, then you have to put some highest value 30 and make sure the unused one to be 0. So this literally makes a memory waste. So when we don't know the exact size of the array, where we give large size of the array, cannot store different data types. No direct insertion deletion. So fixed size. So as I said, the definition says only same number of same data types. So different data types can be stored. No direct insertion deletion. So if you want to put 2 in middle between this 1 and 0, you can't simply put here. You have to make a space, resize the array, or take a different array. After this 2 element, put 2 and initialize it, and then deallocate this array. So like that you have to do, and deletion also not possible. So same uh, same method. So if you want to remove this 0, you have to take another array 1 1. Then you have to skip this one and give 1 into the new array, and you have to deallocate this array. That's how we have to do. And fix it. You can't increase if you want more size than this, right? So those are the some disadvantages of array. And let's see. Let's ask this question. If I want to do insertion or deletion the array in C, what is the best method to do? Explain an example. At index 2, so that means we have to shift elements to the right. So like this, we have to insert 2. So size of 5 becomes size of 6. Let's see this code. They took the n value 5 and position 2 and the value 25. So I, so I is equal to n, I greater than position. So you see here extra space is taken. Okay. Uh, so I is equal to 5. Okay. 0 1 2 3 4. So 5 will be here. So we will be pushing here. So like this, let's view. Let's say size of the array is fixed, but then what to do? Same array can be resized. So we can't. So dynamic memory allocation. So when dynamic memory allocation topic discuss at that they are not now. Okay. So let us see. mm, Let us see some things we cannot do in array. So the first one will be using equal to operator, assignment operator, uh, assignment operator to assign one array variable to another is not possible. So we can't like uh, int a equal to int a equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 and b int b equal to 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, so equal to b is a big blender is can't be done. So how to do that? Simple. You have to access every element in A, like for int I is equal to 0 to I less than, let n be the size of the array. Okay, or else plus plus. So OAFI is equal to DFI. This way I have to do. Okay. So condition is that A dot size is less than or equal to B dot size. Okay. So let's see the B point. Uh, to directly compare array variable. So again using equal to operator, equal to operator using for arrays to compare two arrays are same or not, are equal or not, is not possible. So A equal to B is not, it gives error. Okay. So how to do this means, so if you take for loop, okay, int I is equal to 0 and I less than n be the size of the array of B I plus plus. So close the curly braces. So here we have to put A of phi equal to B of phi. Sorry, we have to check like this. If A of phi equal not equal to B of phi, printf this statement is wrong. Sorry, this A and B are not two equal arrays. Are not the same. Simply to put. Yes, so or else once so like this we can put once this it came out of the array means, I mean we have to put here break also and let the I be uh, not let the I go be not in this for loop. So let me take outside and I and right here if I is if I is not equal to n, I mean if I is equal to n, uh, then we can write here printf for A and B are both same, are both same. Okay, so it is not like normal variables like int x is there. If you want to compare int x with int y, x is equal to y, you can do. But in array, you have to write this much of code to see if both a and b are equal. So the conditions are a and b, a and b should be in same size and same data type. Even the above one also. Uh, there will be some cases like implicit conversions will happen. So that's why I didn't write this one particularly. Even if here also it can be cancer there. Implicit type conversions can happen. So let's go to the other point. You can't things you can't do in arrays. So the C point is cannot directly scan for printf. Sorry, scanner for printf. Scanner printf. So what does it mean? Means let's uh, let's say you want to print. all elements in array. You can't write it like this. So what does it mean? Means so int sorry, I mean printf %d comma a. You can't write like this. Okay, so this is wrong. This is wrong. You have to write again. You have to open a for loop. I is equal to 0, comma I less than m, and I plus I. Printf the statement. Printf printf %d. This is a integer with character %c a of I. So this is how you have to print. If you want to print side by side, just use space. If you want to print line by line, put the escape character. So this is how to do. And scanf for same. For scanf, just take the row. Okay, so instead of your printer, write a scanf of percentage d, which is the character, comma yeah, so this is how you will take. So you have to hit enter, and then you have to give next another value. So this is how you have to do. You can't directly simply like how you do with a simple variable, integer, index, or float by or character c. You can't do with uh, array, because array stores so many elements where this index character c or float y, those store only one value. Okay, so array stores very uh, some collections of elements. Okay, so this is how you have to do. These are some array problems, things you can't do. So today we close up to here, and tomorrow in the next session. Uh, Actually, I didn't write any code here. I think it is better to start with next session. I will start with writing some codes and see each point is true or not. So today we'll end the stream. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Please like the live stream. So if you have any doubts or queries, you can comment it out. Thank you. Signing off.